Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a bit more Hardspace Shipbreaker. Oh, look at that! We've got over 4,000 LT. We should be able to buy some new toys. What is this? Tether amount 25 to 50? Oh, Dad! Yes, please. Cut me a big old fat slice of that. We'll have a repair. I'll have a repair. You better believe I'll repair. Alright, nice. We're about the 650 mark on our debt. That's pretty crazy. We're flying along. Okay, and we've discovered our new bloody maximal route for withdrawing the core out of an industrial gecko. I'm pretty bloody impressed with that. So what are we going to do this time? Well, we're going to take another one. What is this? The Zealous Firefly. Oh, absolutely. Alright, so here's our actions on. We're going to zip in there. We're going to use the scanner to look through the wall, and we're going to try and eyeball the right panel. We're going to tether the panel externally, right? Then we're going to go into the airlock. We're going to zap the airlock wall and floor, right? We're going to pull off the 3 siding panels on the reactor, and then cut the one. There should be one restraining sort of connector for the wall, and that then should pull away with the tether because they last for minutes now. And we should be able to tumble the thing out, and hopefully we can do it in like a minute, 2 minutes, something like that, something fast. That would be very cool. All right. Now the only thing that will slow us down potentially is if we need to decompress the main area, right? That'd be a pain in the ass. Alright, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Alright, let's give it a go. Do I have a utility key? I probably do, because I'm not using them anymore. Alright, I don't think it really matters which side we go. Oh, look at that. It is all full of air as well, so this is going to slow us down. Alright, but this is the one here. Alright, furnace will do.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Yeah, we need to clear that. Bugger.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Go, 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 go.
Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Salvage destroyed. Please avoid damaging valuables.
Hang on. Well, actually, I should be dealing with this first. One restraint. One restraint. Pull away, go. No. I can push it with my head. Can I not? Oh no. No, yeah, look. This bastard of a thing. Pull away, you mongrel. Okay, so what's happened here then? See, it is pulling away. You know what? I know what it is. We'll have to cancel that tether. I think if we pull it straight out, we'll be right. I don't suppose I can, like, tether through this hole. Maybe if it was straighter. I wonder, we need to examine this, because I do want to make the most out of this sort of run. What is holding you in place, sir? So you can see the gap that opened up a little bit. Whoa! Yeah, so it's being squeezed. Okay, well that's a little bit less bankable, isn't it, you know? We might actually detach this, because that I can see that getting in the way here. Get out of the way, Christ. Let's see.
Valuable component incinerated. Don't do that.
Come on, baby. Give me what I want to see. Oh, I hooked onto the wrong thing.
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required.
Oh, there we go. There's our spark.
Secured. No credit applied.
Oh, I was going to say, it hasn't gotten to the, there we go. Now we're starting to pop off.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from salvage.
Oh, Jesus. Getting blue screens and all sorts of weird shit there. Oh well. Oh well. None of the thrusters seem to have survived. Let's persevere. We're gonna have to have a little bit of performance lag, team. Trust me. It's a pain in the ass to play it this way. Well, as fun as I like that exit, again, it sort of just stands further testament to the problems with this game. Definitely overreaches. What is it? Its grasp is beyond its reach. Which, you know, I'm all about ambition, but like, the truth is we just can't do that. You just can't risk the explosion.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
It's alright, we'll make the most of it. The slowdown settled a little bit. I wonder if like if I look at all the shrapnel, does it go worse? Oh no, not so much. You gotta wonder, like I don't know enough about actual computer hardware to really nut it out. But I'd have to wonder, like, it's got to be all the different parts that are being rendered and having physics of their own. Like they're not just sort of particle effects. If even one of those tiny little things hit you at speed, it would probably damage you and break your thing. You know, like they have weight. They have these properties. Not just a visual effect. And I don't know, maybe it calms down because they're all sitting still. You know, they're not interacting, they're not doing anything. Like, yeah, they have all these properties, but if they're sort of static, I don't know. I'm speculating at this point. Like I said, I can do my share of coding from my engineering days, but bloody actual hardware, like apart from building computers and that sort of stuff, but as in to look at this problem and go, hey, I understand what it is. Like, I understand enough that this is more of a CPU problem than a GPU problem, right? So like, you know, normally if a game doesn't run or it has problems, it's because it's demanding too much graphics of your hardware or something like that, right? But that's not what's going on here. It's clearly putting a bit of strain on my CPU. I'm not the only person as well. The other thing is, there's the optimization component as well. Which that's a whole other world actually. Optimizing things for PC, man, that's got to be an entire specialist job all of its own.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Just because of the millions of different combinations of PC builds that exist, you know, or could exist. That's the other thing, hypothetically could exist. You can't really build against any of that. You know, at least with a PlayStation, if there's a bug on a PlayStation or an Xbox, it should be repeatable, and you know, once you should be able to nut it out eventually, and then you could roll out a fix to all PlayStations. But like, if your computer's crashing and you've got some obscure bloody GPU from a couple of years ago or something like that, oh my god, I have a massive admiration for guys figuring out that sort of shit. With all the unique different manufacturers of hardware and software, I guess. There'd be a software component to optimization for sure. I mean, I guess ultimately it's the software talking to the hardware. Anyway, I'm talking a lot outside of my my wheelhouse. The rate at which technology moves is insane. Like, to the point where I grew up a nerd that built computers, right? You know, I think there's a lot of kids in my category that blue screened the family computer, you know, made things, built things, blew things up. I've been electrocuted a couple of times, you know, and this is all just part of the learning process of growing up and fiddling with tech and being curious. But what I'm getting at is the spike in technology and just how everything changes and grows. Like, I'm probably due to build a new computer, I guess. I mean, I upgraded some bits and bobs in this recently, but I wouldn't mind doing a totally new build. And that's the thing, the landscape changes so much in such a short amount of time that I almost feel like a noob going back into it, you know? I guess there are still some fundamentals, but it feels like every time you build a new computer, there's a new generation of RAM, there's, you know, CPUs and all that, they're built and structured differently, and while that's all wonderful, I'm not on the cutting edge of that shit at all times. I'm just not. I don't have the time. But yeah, it's quite daunting. I'm sure anyone that's had to build their own computer can understand. So, like, I'm not saying that I'm some expert, right? But I have the background, and God, I feel for the guy that's coming in that's never built a computer ever in his life and doing it for the first time sort of now. Oh my God.
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Hang on. Alright, so this is a bit of a calamity. At least we got the core out. You know, at least we'll make a little bit of bank. But yeah, the slowdown is just insufferable. And that's such a shame because, you know, I love to talk about game theory. And we love this game on the channel, absolutely. But it's adjacent to the issue of I don't like games that require you to bloody read through their wiki for 40 hours to understand what's going on, right? A game should be a self-contained experience, not a fucking second job, right? And even if it was a second job, it should have all the instructions and all that should be internal in the game. But I guess that's just my take. Like, I think it's a bit rough to sell someone a full price game and then go, oh, now you gotta go Google everything. But,
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
oh, look out. What I was sort of getting at is I don't like that meta component. The game should be non-meta. You should be able to do it all self-contained. My point about Hardspace is because of this problem, because of a gameplay mechanic, which is a thing can blow up and you can do that to the back of your ship, it will actually brick your performance in a meta perspective, make it unplayable, make it unfun, which is now informing the way that you play the game on the, well, the micro level. As in, I won't be risking the core like that any more than I have to, right? It should, because of the performance issues, it's going to dictate how I play, and arguably play the game a bit more boring. And that's not good. That's really not good at all. But what are you going to do? You know, I guess it's inherent in the design. Ultimately, they're designing something that's not in sync with the current sort of optimization. Well, optimization's more on them, but even like the hardware market to a point. You know, I'm not the only person. This game has been really well received, but everyone admits that it's glitchy as buggery and has performance issues, you know. So, yeah, I mean, it's ambitious. It's one of those things that I'm curious what comes along in the next couple of years that emulates this on the back of it and does it better. Not that I'm not trying to bash on this game, but we've seen this sort of thing before. I don't want to compare it to like Crisis, but Crisis was such a defining moment in sort of what we can do with visual fidelity and all that. But that game was bloody unplayable on anything, you know, for years. I think people still use it as a benchmarking tool today. And a lot of that is got to do with just there was terrible optimization in it, but it was also asking your system to do stuff that it just couldn't be done. Anyway, a little bit of a rant meandering, and it's a bit of a dangerous rant because there's a lot of territory I'm not super familiar with in there with the actual modern requirements and optimization practices of games. But like I said, you can love something and be critical of it, and I love this game. I do. You guys do too. But there's no getting around that it has glaring optimization problems. And I guess the only point that I was at is because of those, we can't do things like I can't go pulling that out the side then. Just then, that was really difficult to play through that shift because it's just stuttering and all that. It might not come across quite as bad on the video, I'm not sure. But like, it's unpleasant to play a framey game. Anyone that's done that probably knows that as well. And there's a fair bit of precision in this game as well. So, yeah, I think we're just going to probably revert back to a bit more of a safer practice to avoid that from happening, which is a shame. But I guess we'll see where it goes, because surely they're optimizing the crap out of it behind the scenes, right? Nothing tests better than a full release, right? So they've probably gotten so much data and new information that their internal studio could not have imagined with regards to how systems are handling it. And I'm sure they seem to be working pretty hard in the background. So I'm not hanging out for huge updates of content so much as I'm curious how they go about optimizing their game, because that's probably a huge barrier to entry for this game. I've had plenty of guys on the channel saying their potato computer just wouldn't play this, you know? And it's one thing to put it on your computer and have it not play, but it's a total another thing for someone to actually be able to look at footage of this game and go, holy shit, I'm not even going to try. You know what I mean? My computer couldn't run this. So that's not great for their press, I suppose. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, some rattly thoughts there that I'll chuck on the end. But I don't know, you guys are here for the rants. Team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.